Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And in this case, we're talking about fitness, well-being, and so much more. We're talking about Gold's Gym. We're honored to be with Lauren Shaefer, Area Manager with Gold's Gym, Tennessee. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, Jeremy. Thank you so much for having us today.
Absolutely. And so when you talk about fitness and well-being and even nutrition and all that, this, jam-packed in, there's a lot to unpack. But let's start with a little bit of history and legacy, because Gold's Gym, especially when I was living in Los Angeles, that's a mainstay. And so
Yes.
give us some history for Gold's Gym.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the short answer, we're the best gym in Tennessee, really. I've been with the brand for about 10 years now. It's where I found my passion for fitness. But to go a little bit more in depth, Gold's Gym is the leader in the fitness industry, and we have been since 1965. Our history is being the premier gym for celebrities and really for anyone with the interest in serious fitness. We have a reputation that we're very, very proud of. So everyone comes to Gold's Gym for the experience. I think we can all agree upon that. Just last week, I was in Venice, California for our Gold's Gym convention. It was our leadership conference. And I ran into the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger. I had to snag a picture. He's a regular at Gold's Gym in Venice, and a huge promoter of the Gold's Gym brand. I mean, I can remember back to when I was a manager over at Gold's Gym Venice. It's really where my career started off. And I remember being 7 months pregnant and him walking into the front desk, and he's seen me pretty regularly, but apparently my belly had just kind of come out. He was like, "This was not here yesterday." I'm like, "Oh, it absolutely was." But those are the types of stories that you have at Gold's Gym, because we are such an iconic brand. Our reach is so far. And the celebrities that we have, within our reach as well, definitely help with that.
Yeah, 100%. And just the legacy, the celebrities. And like I said, anyone who lived in LA or lives in LA, they know Gold's Gym. So
Absolutely.
Let's dive into Tennessee. Talk about how long Gold's Gym has been in Tennessee, in Memphis. Give us some of the background locally.
Yeah, great question. So in terms of Memphis, we just opened up our location on July 6th of this year. This was our 16th location, which we are so proud of. It really encompasses the whole new look and feel that Gold's Gym, the brand, is going with as a whole. So really excited about that. Our legacy, the Gold's Gym Tennessee legacy, started back in 2009. And we've been continuing to grow ever since then. We've got 3 phenomenal owners who are very involved in the company and really have a hand in just about everything that we do in the day-to-day, which is fantastic. I know, in the world today, not every owner is as involved. So to have that constant feedback and direction definitely helps within our organization. So started back in 2009 when John and Andrew, decided to start the Gold's Gym Tennessee brand. And then Robert Dennis was on board with that as well. And they've just continued to grow ever since. There really isn't a slowing down point in time for us.
So obviously, this very well, but give us some of the differentiators. When you talk about Gold's Gym and the difference, the culture, the atmosphere, the equipment, all of that, go ahead and start painting the picture of what makes it special.
Yeah, absolutely. So think about going into a gym for the first time, right? When you go into a gym, you want to feel like you're a part of something. That energy that you feel when you walk through that door is it's so in your face. So when you walk into any of our 16 locations, you're going to feel something different. You're going to feel excitement. The music is up. We are not, a group of gyms where our music is turned down low. We firmly believe in that excitement and that energy within our facilities. The customer service is second to none. I'm really proud of our teams and really the focus that they put towards the member experience. That is truly what it all comes down to, is that member experience and how that guest leaves your facility. You want them to leave your facility and really feel, my gosh, that was incredible. I got a great workout. I made some friends. The front desk was friendly. I got some more information on a subject I wasn't, well-versed on. So Feeling like you're a part of a community is our big picture goal, right? We want every location that we have to really be centered around our member base, our team members to all be very engaging with our member base. The equipment that we have in our facilities is incredible. I work out on it every single day. And Jeremy, hearing that I used to work at the Gold's Gym in Venice, I'm sure that you can agree I am a equipment snob. So the equipment that we have in our clubs is phenomenal. We really think about the layout when we put something together. We want it to be user friendly. We want our members to enjoy it. We want it to be convenient. So the energy, the equipment, the people, that's really what makes us what we are.
We'll touch on different aspects because I think it's important to dive in deeper on certain areas. Let's start with equipment. How has the technology, the equipment, I mean, some of it, when you think about like dumbbells and some of those things, those don't necessarily change too much over time, but a little bit. So talk about some of the innovation, the technology that you've seen over the last decade when it comes to the equipment in the gym.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you just mentioned, the dumbbells haven't changed much. Those are your free flowing pieces of equipment. Those aren't going to change much. They may look a little cooler as we progress, but they don't change much. The big difference in this facility that we opened here in Memphis is the Gym 80 line of equipment that we have brought in. So Gym 80 is a German manufactured piece of equipment. They are really throughout a lot of the Gold's Gym corporate locations now. We're one of the first franchise locations to really adapt to that new equipment line. And I can speak from experience. It is incredible. Again, equipment snob, somebody that's used just about every piece you can imagine. The range of motion on these pieces of equipment is second to none. I have felt muscles work in my upper body, my lower body that I haven't felt in years. So just the overall range of motion of the equipment. But furthermore than that, you have the ability to do drop sets on just about any of these pieces. Not all of them, but just about any of them. And what that's going to do is that's going to reduce about 30% of the weight. So as opposed to you getting up, having somebody unload to do a drop set, you can literally, with just the push of a lever of your foot, can drop that load about 30%. So that's phenomenal. It's very cool. We have a strength area, which is more so your deadlifting, your CrossFit style, your squats, your powerlifting as well. So that room is definitely a favorite as well. When we built this facility, we really tried to think about everybody. Your everyday person is utilizing that strength equipment. They are focusing on functional pieces because that's really where they're seeing the biggest return.
Talk about trainers, education. That plays a vital role as well, especially for those who are coming in and, who don't know how to use everything properly and need to be put on a structure and a path to success.
Oh, absolutely.
So talk about the trainers.
Yeah, absolutely. So we partner with Lighthouse Personal Training. They run our personal training department. We'll speak specifically to here in Memphis. Our team out here in Memphis is really focused on scheduling those orientation sessions. So listen, I've been doing this for about 20 years and I still have somebody that I work with. So we all need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of help, a little bit of more knowledge added to what we already have. So every new member that comes in will receive a 1-hour complimentary orientation session, which will really acclimate them to our facility, the equipment that they're unsure of how to use, that new Gym 80 style. Maybe they really want to use it. They're just not sure. Go through an orientation session. Let us show you how to go through that. So we definitely have just about everybody available to take care of anybody that has questions or concerns.
And then carry that into, for men and women, the balance there. And also to the fact that for those who are getting into fitness and nutrition and trying to take those steps to be more active, to be more physically fit, but who haven't been to a gym and think, okay, could it be intimidating? Talk about what it is for them to be able to jump into the culture, to feel accepted, to be embraced, and to put them on that path to success for both men and women.
Absolutely. So I like to remind everybody that we all start somewhere, and it doesn't matter where we start as long as we start. It's kind of like when I go into somebody's business, right? I may not be well versed in their area of expertise. That's why I'm going into their business. I want their help. I know that they know more about this subject than me. our members coming into us, we love what we do every day. I assure you that is a big part of why I get up, because I genuinely, it makes me feel good to see all of the positive that comes from our members, our guests, our team members. So that person that doesn't know where to start, I just say start. Just stop in, take a tour, meet with one of our fitness consultants or one of our amazing managers, and let us kind of help you dive into where to start. We can set up an orientation session. We are more than happy to go through all of the equipment. We want everybody to be a part of our dysfunctional family, and we want everybody to feel comfortable and confident when they're using our pieces. I know sometimes when people come in and they're like, "Oh my gosh, these pieces are so high maintenance. They're so high tech." They're not as complicated as you think. They just look at, so allow us the time to show you how to use it. Again, there's some of the most incredible pieces I have had an opportunity to utilize. And they, once you know how to use it, it will stick in your head. And then you'll start to see the results from it, which is even better.
And so let's talk about the results, because I think when you think about everything that we're talking about, it is, fitness, well-being, but, I think there's a big piece of this, especially coming out of the pandemic, where you realize mental health is a priority.
Oh my gosh.
You feel better, you perform better, you're more physically fit. Obviously the muscle mass, the athleticism, like all of that improves, but you just feel better, you're sharper. And I think stress reduction, like there's a lot of benefits. And so talk about, for you personally, the value of the fitness, and then what you obviously see with the members in terms of how it benefits them.
Jeremy, I can easily tell you, I used to work out for vanity. Now I work out for sanity. I am a much better mom. I am a much better leader when I devote that 45 minutes to an hour to myself every day. I know we've all heard the phrase, you cannot fill from an empty cup. And that is my self-care time. That is the time that I dedicate to me, to make sure that I can show up for everybody else. The same goes for our members, right? We want everybody to allocate the right amount of time to their health and well-being every single day. It has to become habit. It's hard at first. It's tough to get that repetition down at first, but then it becomes the same thing every single day. For me personally, the hardest part in the beginning, after I had my son, was I wanted to see that instant gratification. I wanted to see the weight dropped now. The weight didn't come on overnight. It came on slowly and consistently. So that was the hardest part, was realizing it was going to take some time. So anytime I talk to somebody about, I have these conversations all the time on the floor during my workout. How did you get to where you are now? I got to where I am now by being consistent and not giving up when I wanted to, because that's the easiest part. You don't see that instant change, and it makes you want to give up. But the results really come months after doing it over and over again. And then the mental clarity that's there, you're able to show up for your teams, your family, yourself. So I think, now post pandemic, wow, those words, we're realizing, we want to look good, but we want to feel good, if not the same, but more, and that's what health and fitness is about. More so to that, we're finding a lot of employers are now seeing the value of encouraging their employees to work out. So we offer, corporate accounts that we can get set up for different companies. I think this really is a huge benefit to both the employee, but the employer, because what you see is that people start getting sick less. They start showing up on time. You're also seeing that some employers are wanting to take care of their employees a little bit more from this perspective, whether it be discounts to get a membership, whether it be the employer paying for the membership. It's amazing, in my opinion.
Talk about community engagement, and then we'll touch on memberships, but talk about community engagement and why it's so important to be involved in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So out of all of our 16 locations, we really believe in being a part of the Chamber of Commerce and being at every different, farmers market, festival, parade, whatever we've got going on. For Memphis specifically, we want to be a big advocate for the community. We've already done quite a few different events. We had a farmers market this past weekend. We've got a couple more events next week, and then leading into the end of October and November. So really, Marie from MV3 Foundation has been helping us out significantly and partnering with us to make sure that we're communicating with every possible outlet. And we're really getting our name, our Gold's Gym name out there. When we came to Memphis, we haven't been in Memphis before. This is a whole new area for us. We've been in Knoxville and Chattanooga, Middle Tennessee, but Memphis was definitely new. So our focus is learning the community, is partnering with them, doing everything that we can to create a healthier Memphis. Because that's what we need right now. We need a healthier Memphis. We need, a great community that has each other's backs, businesses, but also community members. So those are quite a few of our big focuses at the moment.
Talk about then memberships, corporate opportunities, talk about those again. So touch on all the different ways that we can get involved and take advantage of the opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned earlier, we would love anybody who's interested to stop by our facility, allow us to give you a tour of our beautiful club. We've put a lot into it, and I'm thrilled at the feedback that we're receiving from our members. They're very happy. So now we just want to make sure that we get this out to all of the community. In terms of our rates, super affordable. I think it's very important that, we have affordable rates while also providing top of the line equipment, the best possible location. So in terms of memberships, our rates start as low as $12 bi-weekly, which is very, very affordable. We found it across, our different markets. This is a price that people are able to pay. But then I also have memberships that start as low as $1 to get them started on select plans. So we really do have options for everybody. We are a gym for everybody.
We'll wrap up with where we go to learn more. So website, where would you
Absolutely. So we've got our social media platforms. Literally, if you go onto Instagram and search Gold's Gym White Station, which is the street that we're located on, that will bring up our Gold's Gym Memphis page. We also have our Gold's Gym Memphis Facebook page. And if you're wanting to get started now, as opposed to coming into the club, you also have an opportunity to sign up online. Our online site would be www.goldsgymtn.com. And you can sign up directly through our website, or come into our club and get a tour and meet with one of our professionals there.
Well, Lauren, thank you for all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, Jeremy. It was a pleasure.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most, the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.